Scion Automobile Repairs. If you're looking for help fixing your Scion automobile, look no further. Our comprehensive Scion Automobile Repair Guide will explain common issues, provide tips, and maybe show you how to repair your vehicle. Scion manufactures cars that owners have come to trust. Even a trustworthy autos require occasional maintenance or repair. However, if you're in need of Scion auto repair from experienced professionals, your local auto helper can help. The transmission fluid is leaking. Any transmission system needs fluid to make sure all of the working components are kept well lubricated. In automatic cars, the fluid used in transmission is also used in the hydraulic and coolant systems. Small holes can form throughout the system which allows tiny amounts of fluid to leak. Over time, or if the leaks are severe, you will find that transmission is less efficient. Plus you may find that the system overheats or loses pressure. In both cases, the transmission will fail. If you see a red puddle collecting under your car, it can be a sign that the transmission pan is cracked. There are gearbox problems. Transmission failures. The gearbox means that all of the power your car engine generates can be turned into the sort of rotational force that can be used by the wheels. Over time the gears will start to wear down and you will find that it becomes more difficult to change gears. Eventually, the gearbox will fail, leading to a repair bill that could potentially reach thousands of pounds. The engine is sputtering. There are multiple parts that keep an engine running well, but a misfiring or sputtering engine is one of the most common issues. For an engine to run efficiently, the right amount of air and fuel must mix and then burn within the combustion chamber. In order for this to run correctly, there are a number of components in the fuel and ignition systems that have to work in unison. In order to keep these types of issues to a minimum, the fuel and ignition systems must be maintained and replaced according to the manufacturer's recommendations. The car is consuming too much oil. Fresh oil is essential for a car to function, but if you are constantly topping up your oil level, you may have a problem with the car. If you start to notice a drop-off in performance or the oil light comes on, you will definitely need to check the oil. If you don't get the oil changed regularly, you might find that the engine becomes corroded. Poor quality oil or lack of regular changes can also cause blockages in the oil filter. It is best to change the oil filter at the same time as you change the oil, although some modern cars do have a filter bypass system in place. The starter motor is failing. The starter motor is the component that turns the engine over when you start the car. If it fails, it is either a result of electrical solenoid damage, the motor itself has broken, or there are other faults in the electrical system. It is difficult to assess when a starter motor is likely to break, and to avoid replacing it unnecessarily, it is best to get the car inspected by a professional to determine the cause of the starting issues before doing so. The radiator is leaking. Radiator leaks are almost always caused by corrosion. Corrosion itself can have a lot of causes, but once you get one leak, you are likely to get more, so it makes sense to replace the whole radiator. If you don't keep the radiator in good condition, you can get problems with overheating and, ultimately, could end up with an engine fire. The alternator is failing. The alternator is an essential part of the running of your car. It keeps your battery charged and makes sure all the electrics run once you have started the vehicle. If it breaks, your battery can wear out and you find it difficult to start the car. Keep up with the service intervals and make sure you get it replaced in good time. My fuel economy is falling. If the engine runs efficiently, it will burn fuel at a better rate, but if parts of the system start to wear out and are not replaced, you will find the mileage will drop. Keeping on top of things like your fuel and air filters, O2, and mass air sensors, with a proactive servicing regime, will keep your car running efficiently. The bottom line is that fuel economy depends on how well you maintain the engine. Making sure that the vehicle is regularly serviced, with appropriate oil changes, filter changes and new spark plugs can make all the difference when it comes to mileage. Source: servicingmaster.co.uk